giving the sign in a nice, comfortable position, not too far low or too far high. You can just throw out some numbers so they can see. Still very smooth and very relaxed. And then when the pitch is about to come, working our way up, she'll kind of get up. But one thing that I want catchers to work on is finding a timing with the pitcher. They don't want to go too early, you don't want to go too late, you have to find a nice timing. And one thing to know about pitchers, and catchers, there's not one way to catch. Like, if I'm working with a catcher, like, every pitcher's different, so you have to catch every pitcher differently. So the timing with the pitcher is very different with each pitcher you come by. So having the timing with the pitcher, and then once you find that timing, that's when the pitch, you're going to be ready for the pitch. So Robin would get, Heather's going to throw a screw ball inside, so she would move to the inside on a timing with Heather. And there's that. And she's very still. She makes it look easy, which is smooth. I'll say smooth a lot. Catchers are smooth. She looks very comfortable. Nothing too stressful. Try to close it just a little bit. Close it this way just a little bit, not too even. Just a little bit of angle. So we're on an inside pitch right now, and so angles are important when it comes to pitches and getting ready for pitches. And if you can see, Robin has a slight angle, and we'll talk about this with framing, but this is footwork and pitch stance. So she has this nice angle with this inside pitch. And then if she was going to go with an outside, this is tougher. This is a tougher position, a tougher stance to get in for catchers, just from when it comes to throwing and then framing, which is what we'll get to. But she creates an angle with her feet on this outside pitch, closing it to the plate on each corners and not having it open to make it look like the plate just expands. We're making a nice picture for the umpire when it comes to our body and our stance that we're in. Okay, so then the base runner. There's a runner on first base, second base, third base, whatever. You are going to be a little more up with your legs, with your butt. Yeah, you're going to have your butt a little more up. When you're ready for a pitch, you don't want to be way back relaxed, which she wasn't. But when there is a runner on, you want to be more prepared. Just have your legs like ready to go, ready to pop up when they're ready. So it's a little more like Robin is up right now. So that's kind of like your stance. Nothing too tricky, but you don't want to make them look uncomfortable. The more they do it, the more comfortable they get. Catching is all about repetition, everything we do. The one way really to work on your stance and find timing is all bullpen. I mean, bullpen is where we're going to get a lot of our practice in. It's not like I only get a little time to work with the catchers individually, so a lot of it is on their own in the bullpen with their pitchers. Each pitcher is different, so they got to make sure they work with each individual pitcher. When we go into framing, like I said, with the angles, we'll start with the angles. So Robin's going to go on this inside pitch, and with every framing, you want to catch the outside of the ball. So on this inside pitch, her whole focus is creating this angle with her body, and then she wants to catch the ball in the middle of her sternum, and then have her outside shoulder on the outside of on the glove. So that's really important. And then with the outside pitch, which is tougher, like I said, for the stance and the framing, now she's turning her glove, getting it on the outside of the ball. This shoulder now is on the outside of that pitch, and she's catching it in her sternum. So this is all visualized for the umpire to see. Framing is, you can relax. Framing is probably one of the most important things that you can do to help your pitchers. You can make a ball look like a strike by how you frame it. How your body is positioned behind the plate is huge. Not only is each pitcher different, but each umpire is different. So you have to find their zone. You have to stretch their zone with your framing and your body, and try to get that next strike. We don't have a plate, but
you got one coming.
Oh, you got one? Oh, sweet. Okay. Well, everyone knows there's a plate, and then there's the box, and you guys know the river in between the plate and the box. Those are strikes all day long. If you can make them look pretty with your body, it's all about your body and how you position. A lot of, I don't want to say pressure. One of my quotes is actually pressure equals opportunity, and I think catchers have some of the most, pressure situations. And if you can take those and work with it, you'll have amazing. But okay, so we have our plate. So, basically the size of width of my foot. This is the river, and these are where you want your pitchers to hit your spots and your catchers to make them look like strikes, make them be strikes, not just look like them. When we're in framing, and if I'm working with someone, what I tell them to do is visualize. Visualize a donut is good, depending on how long they are, but I like to visualize a box. So when I'm framing, what I like to do is visualize, let's see, we'll just go back to the inside pitch. We'll start with the inside pitch. And what I like to do is catch it on this straight line. I'm catching it on the straight line of this box that I'm visualizing, and I'm catching on the outside of the ball, and it's just a slightest movement with your wrist to get that frame. If a pitcher is throwing a ball out here, there's no need to frame it. We're not framing pitches that everyone in the world knows is the ball. We're framing the ones that you're pushing on it, you're testing it, but you don't frame a pitch all the way out here. So we frame it on the straight line, and then if we work our way up, right? So then we're going to start rotating your glove, and we're throwing everything back into the zone with your wrist. So this up pitch, you're getting it on top of the ball, and then we'll go outside. And then this is the toughest one. The catchers will bring your arm all the way around and bringing it on the outside of that pitch. One way to help your catchers get used to this movement right here is just play catch with them and have them catch that ball every time. Repetition, all the time, going like this. That will help them get more comfortable with it. It's one of the tougher ones to pitch, and then with the footwork that you're trying to get around, it's just repetition all the time. Let's go down to the low pitch. Now there's like two ways. It's kind of tough. A drop ball, like if this is a drop ball, change up, it's tough to frame those pitches because of what they're doing. So it's kind of like a in the moment type of thing, but you either want to get your thumb underneath that pitch and come up with it back into the zone, or go underneath it and bring it back up into the zone. Like Robin has right there. It's a tough thing to do. It's not easy. Catching is not easy. So it's just kind of going with it, being smooth with everything you do, having 100% confidence behind the plate. Let's see. Framing is all about forearm strength. You don't want the ball to control you. You want to control the ball. And one way to get forearm strength, if you don't have weights, take a tennis ball, squeeze a tennis ball over and over again, or work in the bullpen with your pitchers. Get them used to controlling the ball and where it is. Back to the timing and the stance and figuring out your pitches. Not only do you want to not leave your glove out there waiting for a pitch to come to you, you want to go and meet it and make it look smooth and make it look comfortable and make it look prettier than ever. I tried to be a pretty catcher. Like, I wanted to look so nice out there that they really wanted to come and catch. So let's see. So drills, it's